The full moon today is not just an astronomical event, it is a psychological event happening inside our minds. The moon has always been associated with the unconscious part of our mind, the hidden part of our psyche, which is always working behind the scenes. During a full moon, this is when the unconscious mind is easily accessible. This means our emotions are more sensitive because our unconscious mind is bringing to the surface all of the unhealed beliefs and traumas. For example, if someone calls you an insult, they do not make you feel anything. The unconscious mind reacts to the insult if you have any unhealed wounds. If you feel bad inside yourself and someone insults you, they are pointing at the wound and prodding it and making you feel certain things. So if you feel any sadness, anger, trauma during this period of the month, it's because the unconscious mind is trying to bring to the surface what is unhealed. The subconscious mind likes to repeat things that are unhealed so that we can acknowledge it, become aware of it, and transform it. So if you feel any negative emotions, you can use this period of the month to look inside yourself and heal these unconscious wounds through releasing them, meditations, and affirmations. The elites don't want you to have unified consciousness. While they brainwash people to make you think that this is Satan, they use the secrets of the symbol to create any reality they want. The triangle represents the three ways the soul expresses its energy. All-seeing eye is the soul, the observer, pure consciousness. The soul expresses its energy through the mind, through thought, emotions, through desire, and actions through the physical body. Most people have a divided consciousness, where their thoughts are thinking about one thing, their emotions feel sad, and their actions are scrolling on TikTok. This is divided consciousness. The soul's energy is scattered, creating a chaotic reality. To create anything in your reality, you have to gain unified consciousness. Think, desire, and act all towards one goal. When these three forces become one force, manifestation becomes efficient and your energy and time is not wasted. This is what you call unified consciousness. That's why there is one singular eye inside of a triangle, the number 3. The 3 becoming one. While everyone thinks these symbols are demonic, they're using the secret teachings behind all of these symbols to give them power. Did you know the 4 elements represent the 4 bodies of human consciousness? Earth represents the physical body, water represents the emotional body of consciousness, fire represents the spiritual, and air represents the mind. This would be thoughts, willpower, emotions, and physical actions. And this is why the Bible says, we will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. God is not a man in the sky that we can go up and reach and connect with. To meet the Lord in the air is to meet God inside your own mind by dissolving the body, the emotions, and all the other chaos inside of us, and going inside of ourselves and entering the pure realm of mind. This is where we meet God, because God is the observer of the mind. Meeting the Lord in the air is symbolic of transcending to a higher state of consciousness, because we are all the same awareness experiencing itself in different human bodies. We are all God experiencing himself. Look at what's going on in the world. I've come to realize something extraordinary. Humans love to blame everything outside of us, including me sometimes. I'm not perfect. But the world is so chaotic, not because of the elites. They don't help, of course, but the world is chaotic is because of us. Why is there a McDonald's on every corner? Why is there, prostitution everywhere? Why is there strip clubs everywhere? Because people desire it. The world outside of us is simply the effect. The cause is inside of us, the thoughts and the desires. So instead of blaming the world of, having so much chaos and being a horrible place, let's look at ourselves and purify ourselves, because us as a collective consciousness shape the world outside of us. It's a collective building project and we all contribute towards it. So when we purify ourselves and dissolve all the base desires of food and sex, watch the world outside of us crumble and be reborn into something new. It's all a reflection of our minds, people. But Some of you have already woken up to this, but yeah.
I woke up and I suddenly got it. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing, and how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience. And then I suddenly felt like I was looking at these thoughts from another perspective, and I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom from myself, from my problems. I saw that I was bigger than what I do. I was bigger than my body. I was everything and everyone. I was no longer a fragment of the universe. I was the universe. And ever since that day, I've been trying to get back there.
This is a visual representation of what Jim Carrey just said in that video. We are all the same observing consciousness experiencing itself in a different body. We are not our name, job, reputation. This is all an ego created by experience, memory, and beliefs in our mind. If we turn off our thoughts, turn off our mind, we are the same observing consciousness. We are all God experiencing himself through individual forms. That's why he said he became everyone and everything, the universe experiencing itself. Absolutely beautiful what he said. What kind of society makes you pay for food and water, things that are freely provided by Mother Nature, yet endless stimulation is given away for free? What should nourish and sustain us is controlled by price, while what distracts and weakens the mind is made easily accessible. It shows that the system is designed to keep people operating in low states of consciousness, focused on just impulse and distraction rather than being aware, free, and being a creator. It's sickening when you start to wake up to this stuff, but it's the weekend. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Love and light to you. Jacob's ladder in the Bible is the human spinal column. Genesis 28:12. Jacob dreamed, and he behold a ladder that set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. Jacob fell asleep on a rock, and then he saw this ladder that reached up to heaven. The rock would be associated with the coccyx bone, and the ladder would be your spinal cord, which reaches up to the brain, which is the center of consciousness. Angels are metaphors for the electricity inside the human spinal column, because angels are the helpers of God. But in esotericism, everything is a metaphor. The helpers of God would be the helpers and messengers of consciousness, which would be electricity moving up and down the spinal column to help consciousness have a connection with the physical organism, so God can experience himself in a physical form, the human body. In esotericism, the spinal cord is considered the stairway to heaven, because the spinal cord represents the higher and lower mind. The lower minds represent the guts and the genital areas, where our thoughts of survival, eating, and sex exist. But when we conquer these desires, consciousness raises up the spinal cord towards the creative centers, the brain and the heart. So the spinal cord represents the pathway towards God, the pathway towards self-mastery, and the staircase towards a higher state of consciousness, which is what we call heaven. If you wish to learn more, the Book of Wisdom Volume 1 talks all about this. The sun has now entered the constellation of Pisces. Let's take a look at the esoteric connections between Pisces and the human body. Pisces marks the end of the zodiac cycle, where the sun finishes its cycle before starting again in Aries. Pisces, representing the ending of cycles, rules the 2 feet on the human body. Just as energy moves in cycles, flowing outward then returning again, manifestation follows the same pattern. Human consciousness expresses energy in repeating cycles as it creates reality. Human body is a living diagram of how consciousness turns into reality. Thought begins in the brain, thoughts turn into emotions and desires in the heart, and then the feet take action to express this energy and end the cycle of thoughts, emotions, then actions. The cycle of manifestation, thinking, feeling, and acting ends at the feet, where the energy from the inward worlds of consciousness manifests as an external movement in the material world through the feet, which is associated with Pisces. Just as the sun moves through the zodiac in repeating cycles, human consciousness unfolds creation in the same way, expressing energy through the subtle layers of the being. Pisces, linked to the feet, represents the completion of the manifestation cycle and the return back to Aries. Aries is associated with the head and the brain and the mind, where thought begins again. We think, we feel, we act. Then the cycle returns back to thought. If you're born in one of these zodiac signs, you're probably thinking, then why does Jesus use these zodiac signs? The bull is Taurus, the eagle is Scorpio, the man is Aquarius, the lion is Leo. These are the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, and they represent the middle of each season. For example, Taurus anchors the fullness of spring. Leo stabilizes the height of summer. They represent the most purest and powerful expression of each 4 seasons of the sun. Each one of the signs are associated with one of the 4 elements, Taurus being the earth, Aquarius being air, Scorpio being water, Leo being fire. In Gnosticism, which is esoteric Christianity, each one of the elements and the zodiac signs represents a different body of human consciousness. They saw that human consciousness exists in 4 worlds. Jesus represents the central figure, the I am, the observer of the mind, emotions, and the body. Therefore, Jesus is the I am, the soul. Scorpio is the emotions, water. Aquarius is air, the mind. Leo is the fire, the willpower, the spirit. And Taurus is the earth sign, which is the physical body. So this painting of Jesus represents the central soul inside of every human being, existing in one of the 4 dimensions of human consciousness. If you wish to learn more, the Book of Wisdom Volume 2 goes deep into this concept. If you take the word Yahweh and flip it on its side, it is the human body. The word Yahweh translates to I am that I am. Yahweh contains 4 letters, each letter representing one of the 4 elements. The 4 elements represent the 4 bodies of human consciousness. Fire, the spirit, willpower; air, the mind, thought; water, emotion; and earth, the physical body, actions. When you inhale, it sounds like YH, and when you exhale, it sounds like WH. H is the letter of breath, ha. Yahweh is not talking about a God in the sky. Yahweh is the name of the God inside the self, because we are all one singular consciousness, experiencing this same consciousness in a different physical body. We are all expressions of Yahweh. We are the divine manifesting itself in the 4 different bodies of consciousness. The page we use today in this video was taken from the Book of Symbolism.